let's see, are we back? Okay, I think we are, so we can continue. I have some really bad news. We started the stream an hour ago. We already did some work, but I didn't click record in OBS, so I was just streaming without recording it. So unfortunately, it seems that the first hour of the stream is gone. I checked on Instagram. Instagram is supposed to be saving the streams, but for whatever reason it doesn't for me. We had this problem last time we streamed, but I was recording then, so I have this stream saved. But for the first hour of this stream, it looks like unfortunately it's gone. Maybe it will turn up in Instagram yet, but I wouldn't hold my breath. So unfortunately, this is the start of the stream I will be uploading to YouTube. So just to catch you up quickly, we talked about the work I did last night. I showed some of the work I prepared of stream for today. I primed some parts, and we starting with painting them. I talked a lot about different kind of paints, about my painting setup, but unfortunately I don't think we have neither time or the ability to say all of that again and recreate it. So unfortunately I messed up. I should have recorded it, but Instagram also could have and should have, so kind of the double fault here. So let's not dwell anymore on that. Let's just continue with our work. Let's see if the cockpit is right. I think so. Maybe let's do another coat on the chair. It dried quickly, but I think another coat is needed. So let's do that. I'm really angry that the first hour of this stream is gone. What should I do? Maybe I will remember next time to press record. Really, I shouldn't be doing any of that. The Instagram should archive those streams, and it says it does, but it doesn't. And I would be able to access them whether I record them or not. But Instagram, being the good old Instagram, doesn't do even the basic stuff. So I completely maintain the thing I said last time about Instagram. It's the worst platform, it absolutely sucks, and I hate it. Okay, let's set that aside to dry. Let's now do details on the cockpit. The instruction says that the version of the clocks, and some clocks on the side are supposed to be light gray. Also the yoke is supposed to be light gray. And what else? Oh, some equipment on the side of the cockpit, right here. So let's see. Let's now use pure silver. You can see that it's much lighter than the one we mixed with black. I try to put a tip on the paintbrush, but I can't seem to be able to. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's take just a little amount. Let me make sure I have my hands steady. Nice. Let's do the other side. Actually better. Now let's do the sides. Let's do the yoke. The top of the yoke is supposed to be silver, or rather light gray. Let's do also this section. There's some extra details. Oh, we didn't put the gray on the yoke. Let's try to pull the paint back if we can still. Yeah. A lot of it came back. I'm still thinking about the hour we lost. I'm a bit distracted. Let's put the base layer of the gunmetal first, and then we will do some details with silver. Okay. I think it's there enough so we can put on another coat. So now let's do the silver details. Okay. I will show you the details in a moment. Let's make sure it's there so we can put it aside for a moment. I think it's okay. Let's check on the chair. Okay, I think we managed to make it work. So now let's do the belt on the chair. So we will switch for the darker brown. Let's see how this one performs. This one seems to be similar. Let's make sure that it's mixed well. Maybe this one is a little thicker, I have to say. see how well we can do this little tiny detail with this brush. We missed the belt a little. Let's also paint the straps on the back. I completely messed that up. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay, so let's try again. Oh, it's a little better. Not much, but a little. Okay. I don't think it will get any better than this. This is as good as we're gonna get. Come back. Okay, so now that that's dried, I think we can do one final thing to the cockpit. I'm putting the paint on the paintbrush, and then I'm wiping most of it away. And now, if I gently, lightly brush on the... too much. Let's try that again. I'm putting the paint only on the parts that are sticking out, only on top of things. So the back stays dark, but the protruding parts pick up the paint. This technique is called dry brushing, because the brush is almost completely dry and it paints only the sticking out parts. We will do this on the inside too, but I wanted to first see how it will go on the part that won't be visible. And good thing too, because it didn't go well. Okay, that turned out really nice. Now let's do the inside. Mainly the clocks. I want to pick out the outline of the clocks that we didn't paint silver. Okay. I don't think we need to dry brush the yoke, but one last thing I want to do is to paint the buckle on the belt silver. And I think we will be done with the cockpit. And we can go back to the assembly. Let's see how well we can do this. Probably not very well. Oh, that's actually not that bad. Since I have silver, let's maybe repaint some of the brighter parts. Put another coat on. Okay, so I think we are done. It's not very new paintbrush and it's not in a great shape, so I don't think we will be able to get any much more out of it. Okay, so now that we are done with painting, let's put all of that aside. I can show you the results. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Let's see. Here's the cockpit. Here are the clocks. side. It's very simple painting scheme, but I think when we add the chair it will all look pretty nice in this scale. This is the part I wanted to paintbrush the most, those little steps. The lighting isn't really good, you can't tell much difference on the clocks which part is, well, maybe here. The left and right sides are painted silver and the middle is just dry brushed. And here's the underside. You can see that all the rivets picked up the silver dry brush very well. They're very bright. Really happy with how the underside will turn out, even you won't be able to see it. Look how all the sticking out details are very bright. That's thanks to the dry brushing. Okay, so this is how the cockpit looks. The yoke. The top and the middle part are silver. The rest is gunmetal. I think it turned out relatively okay. It's not great painting by any means, but with this scale I think it works well enough. Here we have the straps on the back side that didn't turn out that bad. I'm not really happy with the seat, but the buckle is a nice touch. You can see on the right belt, the one without the buckle, that we had some spilling, so I'm not really happy with this one, but I think it will work all the same. And now we can put all those parts in place. We will need the scraper to clean the part of where they will join. We need the glue, maybe the activator, we'll see. First let's put on the chair. I will just gently try to scrape the paint from the hole. It's not structural connection, so we don't really need the chair to fit to the glue to stick that well, but the pins on the part might not fit in the hole, with the hole being painted, with the pin being painted, so I want to make sure that we have enough room here. Let's see how this will fit. Very tight. Let's see now. No, that's good enough. Now the yoke. Yoke fits enough without even the drilling. Okay, let's start with the seat. Go. Damn it. I damaged the paint a little with the tweezers. Let's put some more on this side, secure it. Ah, too much. Okay. So the seat is in place. And now do the yoke. Let me see which way it goes. It bends away from the seat. So this way. The yoke went in much easier. Let's add some glue on this side. Let's make sure it's set. I think it came out really nice overall. If I don't put on the lens, let me position it against the light well, you can see that this amount of detail for the scale is perfectly okay. Only when I put on the lens you can see all the imperfections. I think it's good enough. Okay. So, with that being done, we can now assemble the plane. Let's see, what do we have here? This goes in. We need the instructions. Oh, the lens. Okay. Here we go. We have our cockpit. So again, starting from the first step, we have all that done. Second step, the cockpit is now assembled, and the third step is to put in the cockpit into the plane. So we have our body parts. Let's see how the cockpit fits. Like that. So we need to remove the glue from here and from here. Okay. Let's see if we can scrape the paint off. Yes, it works really well. We don't need to sand. If we would leave the paint on the attachment point, the glue would grab very well, but it would grab the paint, and the paint holds the plastic that's underneath it, but it doesn't have as much holding power as the glue does. So if you would try to rip out this part, if the plane would fall and hit something, the glue would hold the paint very well, but the paint wouldn't hold the plastic very well, and the parts would disconnect. So that's why it's important to remove the glue, to remove the paint from the connection point. Now let's see if it will stay in place by itself, or maybe even we can go from the underside. Let's see, like that. Oh, I think we can. Oh, so we could have assembled the sides last time. Okay, so let's connect the sides first, and then we will glue in the cockpit from the bottom. The instructions are misleading in this way. They say that both halves of the body should sandwich the cockpit, but it's not actually true. You can go from the bottom. Okay, so let's now connect the sides. I'm putting the glue on the inner edge of the plane, so if we have any squeeze out, the glue will go inside the plane where it's not visible. Okay. Let's make sure we have connection everywhere. We can add some glue to places we have access to, like here, and here. Make sure that everything holds nicely. We have nice fat bead of glue inside. I think we are good. Let's see if the wings still fit. They are tight, but we actually want that a little, as long as we can connect everything. Let's see. They might be a little too tight. Well, actually no, they fit well. Our compartment for the front wheel also fits nicely, and actually it's time to be glued in. We need to go back a little around the connection line, but let's give the glue some more time to set properly. Now we can do this front. Okay. I'm looking where the glue is supposed to go. Ah, come on. went in nicely. We have no gaps, everything lines up very well. We are not able to add any glue from the inside, so this will have to do, but I think the parts connected well. The cockpit will fit in like that. But before we glue in the cockpit, I was thinking about the 20 grams they recommend to put in the nose of the plane. Last time I said that the only purpose of this weight is to weigh the whole plane down, to make it a little heftier and to sit nicer on the shop. I was partially right. The only purpose is not to weigh the plane down, but actually to balance it. The plane has the gears from the middle point up, so it can tilt back when it starts. So with that, the balance is still in the front of the still in the middle of the plane. So with that, it has nothing to support the tail, and it tilts back. So to make sure it stands properly, they recommend to weigh down the front so the plane doesn't tilt back. So actually, I think it will be very useful to glue in some weights. I tried to find something, but the only thing I was able to find that can be used as weight, I'm sorry, I just have to say it, is these nuts. Pass for laughter. They are a little too light, actually. The bigger ones, I checked this already, won't fit properly. It sticks out, so we can't use the bigger ones. But the smaller one will actually fit right here and not collide with anything. But I checked online, this size of nut is around 3 grams, and they recommend 20 grams. So it's not actually as much as we need, but I think putting it in will be better than nothing, and it's the only weight I have on hand, so I will be putting this in. I'm thinking if I should sand the coating a little to make the glue grab better, but I don't think there's a big chance that it will come loose. It fits very nicely inside, so I think I will just drop it in and put glue on some strategic points to make it stay in place. Let's add some more on the bottom. Maybe let's add some more on the top. And I think it will be good enough. So actually it helps a little. It's not as much as we probably would need, but you can see that I actually should have balanced it before, but yeah, it's a little better. It's a little better. I hope it will help with the standing. We'll see. Okay. And now with that being done, I think we can glue in our cockpit, our nicely painted cockpit. Or actually, should we blend the connection point first? I think it's better, so we don't put any dust inside of the cockpit. That would be hard to clean out. The connection point is very nice, so maybe just in some places I'll use the metal working file to make it a little easier on ourselves, but in general it's almost perfect. Okay, and now let's smooth the surface with the nail file. Okay, this joined very nicely. Not much work needed. I'm mostly sanding off the glue, the squeeze out that's set here, but the parts themselves work very well. Maybe just a little bit more here. Really love the shape. It's kind of triangular. The bottom is flat and the sides, it's not round. Let me show you. Stupid upside down camera. Oh, there we go. Maybe like this. Better. No, this is better. The bottom is flat and the sides go in at those two angles. Really like it. Okay, now let's scrape a little the sanded edges. Just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. Okay. You can even hear the sound changes when I go from the smooth surface to rough surface. Okay, so with that ready, we can glue in our cockpit. Let me just check that there aren't any gaps. Everything fits nicely. You can see from the top side, inside of the wall. I think we might be better painting the inside with the gunmetal without any kind of detailing. Let's see. Yeah, the wet palette kept the paint nice and fresh. So we can just touch up the sides a little. I know it's not primed, but it's just to hide the light color. Doesn't need to stick very well. see that without the primer the paint doesn't stick so well to the plastic. I want to put on another coat, but it doesn't seem to dry very well without the primer as well. Let's see. Yeah, we can make it work. Okay, so we touched up the edge nicely. We can put that aside. And now let's see how it looks. That's much better. Maybe actually a little more on the back side. The top will be painted for the color that the plane will be, the camouflage. So I'm only painting the inside. That's nice. Let's reset the steam real quick. Okay, we are online, so we can continue. Now that the painting is done, let's glue in the cockpit. So this goes like that. Make sure not to put it in backwards. Just a few tiny drops to keep it in place. And once it is in place, we can flood it and make sure that it stays in place. Come on, cooperate with me. Why does it not fit? What's wrong here? I think it popped in place. I think it's okay now. Let's put some bigger bits of glue so it doesn't move on us. Okay, back side is locked in place. Let's put some 2 more bits on the front. Okay. This will hold really nicely. I don't know how well you can see. We put a lot of glue on all four connection points, and here is how our cockpit looks. You can see that there is no much access inside, so it's a really good thing that we painted all of it beforehand. And now when we will be painting the outside of the plane, we just need to cover the cockpit to not paint it over, and everything will work just fine. Okay, so we first did the fourth step, then we came back to the third step. So now we can continue. Fifth step is this back side of the shield that we did last time. Very easy to put in place. Let's pull it back a little more. It goes in like that. The front didn't grab as well as I would like it to, so let's add some more from the inside. More. I will clean the glue end because some of the glue that's set in the bottle is making problems for me. I can't get in as well as I would like. Come on. There we go. This will hold nicely. I don't think we need to do any blending here. Yeah, I think we can leave it as is. You can see the plane is taking shape. Really satisfying. Okay, so number 6 is done. We did it last time. Number 7. I'm thinking if we need to do something first, but no, I think we can connect the wings now. Let's see how well they fit now. Really tight. Maybe the back side first. pop in the front. Maybe let's sand the sides just a bit to not risk it binding. Okay, let's see now. It's a little better. Maybe we need to do a bit more. Yeah, a bit more. I'm making sure not to put any dust into the cockpit. Oh, front fits really nice now. Let's see how the back fits. It is really tight. It kind of fits, but I'm afraid that if we put in the glue, the wings might grab at the wrong moment. Do we have any collision with this, with our cockpit? I don't think so, but maybe. It feels like it. Let's see. I put some glue beads on the bottom of the cockpit. So let's try to scrape them off. And let's see if this will help. Let's make sure everything is flat down here. And now let's see if it fits better. Well, it does a little. It still have some problems, not sure why or where. It still feels like the wings are touching something on the inside, because when I put one side in the correct place, the other side opens, and if I put this in the correct place, the other side opens. So it feels like it's resting on something and balancing from side to side. Let's try to flatten out a bit those details on the cockpit. Maybe the cockpit didn't jump in its right place. Maybe it's a little lower than it needs to be, and the effect we would get will be basically the one we are getting now. So I'm suspecting that this is what might be happening, but that would also mean that the tolerances here are really tight, and all the parts are supposed to be touching each other, which is actually a really bad idea. There should be some gaps on the inside where you can see them, just for this kind of situations. Let's see. Will this be better now? It actually is better. It fits almost perfectly now. Well, maybe if I massage it a little, it fits perfectly. So yeah, I guess the cockpit was the problem. Okay, so I think we can glue the wings in place. Let's see, where do we need to put the glue? I glued myself to the wings. Okay, let's see how well we can do this. Popped in place. I have almost no squeeze out. The back side didn't pop in place. I don't think it will be able to right now. Maybe if we help it a little. I popped it in place, but I put a little notch here, so it's kind of win-lose situation. Maybe we can smooth it out. Yeah, I moved the material back into place. So it actually went pretty well. The only thing we can do with the squeeze out is scrape it off. We don't have any access with any sort of file here. It went pretty well overall. Some burr I left here from the last time. Okay, very nice. I can feel the nut we put in place made a nice difference. I can feel it weighing down the front. Okay, so let's see what do we have next. The engines are completely assembled and installed. So now let's move to the number 10. We have the back wings, back tail wings. It says 21 and 22, so they are supposed to be different, but I looked at them before and I think they have the same pattern on both sides. So there doesn't seem to be one that's left and one that's right. So maybe let's put the uglier side down, like that. They're pretty much the same in quality, so it doesn't really matter. Let's dry fit them first. They work very well, both sides. Okay, so we can put in the glue. Well, is it straight? Yes, it is. Now the other side. Very nice. We have a straight line. They are both horizontal. Really happy with how it's going. Okay. So now we have to assemble the front wheel. Let's see what parts we need from our little pile. This is the front wheel. This is the front leg. The panels are these. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all. Okay. Let's see. This fits in like that. This fits on in like that. This fits right here, I think. And this goes on the side. Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the leg. putting a lot of glue on it because we only have one chance to make it work. And we want it to be very secure in there. Okay, it popped into place. And I think it will hold nicely. Maybe let's blast it a little to be sure that it won't move on us. Okay. The wheel will go on last. So now let's maybe do this side panel. The pallet number 25 that normally closes this gap when the wheel goes out was a one pallet, and the instruction said to cut it a pallet into two pallets because the back side of the panel swings open to the side and the front side of the panel stays on the leg and opens front with it. So I actually did that already. I have this part split. We will have similar situation with the panels that go on the back wheels. So we will repeat it. You will see what I mean then. And now we can glue in the panels. Let's see, I think I will need my tweezers. This part goes to the back, this to the front, okay. And now let's put on the glue. There isn't much contact on this part, very thin connection line. And I think we managed to make it work. You have some squeeze out, but I think we will blast it so it sets nicely. And that will let us cut it off mechanically. So you can see now we have this little panel, very nice. Now let's do the front. It goes in like that. Like so. So again, let's put a big fat bead of glue to make sure that it stays in place. This will hold nicely with all that glue. Everything is straight. Okay, so let's give it a moment and we will blast it. Okay. This is now permanently joined. The front panel also rests on the, well, it has to, because there is supposed to be hinge between those pairs, but the front panel rests not only on the leg but also touches the plane, so it fits in this kind of corner, and also adds rigidity to the leg. So that's very nice. And now our little wheel. It should fit in loosely. It does. So let's glue it in place. Okay, that's a lot of glue. Let's make sure that it rests well on the leg. So we have nothing breaking off later. Okay, let's blast it. And we have nice little front wheel. Let's clean the squeeze out first, and then I will put on the lens and show you the result, the details. I didn't introduce this tool. It's just a wood chisel, small thin wood chisel that I use also for plastics. It has different attack angle than scaper, which attacks to the side. This attacks to the front. So there are moments when it's much better tool than a scaper or a knife even. I left a bit of glue in place to make sure that the connection is good. The connection between the panel and the plane is very thin, so I'm intentionally leaving some of the glue on the joint to not weaken the connection. Here's the squeeze out I was talking about. It won't look as bad when we paint it. Here's our panel. There's the leg with the wheel. The front panel sits on the leg. From the other side we have our leg with lots of details. It rests on 2 points, and here's our back panel. So it came out really nicely. And I think with our weight in place, it might actually stand well. Let's see if I support it where the wheels will be. It doesn't tilt back, so I think we have a chance of it standing correctly. We'll actually see. Let's clean the glue bottle a little. Okay, so we finished step 11. Step 12 is optional if we would want the landing gear to be closed. So let's move on. Number 13 is the back wheels. So, oh, and we have to cut those piles. We have those two panels that are supposed to fit here with the landing gear closed, and for that they are molded as a single pipe. But when those in the rear plane, those panels aren't actually one piece, one part, like the front panel that splits into two. You can see that those are actually three different parts, and the instruction says us where to cut apart these parts, and some will go on the other side of the wheel, some will go on the other. So let's cut those parts apart so we can connect them in correct places. Okay, so let's do it in order to not screw anything up. The first one is this one. Okay, and we are supposed to cut it here and here. Come on. Come on. We are almost through, but it might actually be better to cut it like a normal person, not like a psychopath. Just little by little, shallow cuts, not to disturb the part. And we are through. So this is the first cut, and the other cut is supposed to be here. Let's not cut our fingers, or my fingers rather. And we are through. Let's see. We can clean it up a little. Okay, so we have our part split. Now let's see, we have the plane, we need a wheel, we need, let's put that to side, not to side, not to side, we won't be needing this. So let's see, we need the leg, not this one, but this one, I think. Okay, so the leg and a wheel. Let's see, also we need this support, and that's everything. Okay, so the leg goes in the hole here, but on the side of it there goes some parts, so we can start with the leg in place. This goes here, and this one goes on top. Okay, so that's actually a good place to start. Okay, it connected nicely. Let's just set the glue so we can continue. Now this part is supposed to go on top of the first one, like that. Do we have any markers where it's supposed to go? I think it just rests up like that. Let's see. Oh, there is this really tiny tab that this part is supposed to rest up against. Okay, so let's put some glue here. Like that. And this goes on top. Okay, that looks nice. And now we have this part, this support that goes on the front like that and will fit in the other hole in the plane. This part swings open on the other side. Okay, and the wheel goes in like that. So maybe let's assemble the wheel first. Wheel goes on like that. Need a little more glue. Maybe put it on the wheel. Ah, damn it. Clumsy me. Let's maybe try that again. Not really confident that it will hold well. Yeah, this will work much better. Everything rests up on itself. This panel will be attached to the center of the plane. This our assembly that we made goes into this hole, and there's this small little tiny support that I think will be easier to attach when the wheel is in place. So let's put the wheel in place like that. Is it straight? Let's see. That's maybe when we will be adding the support, we can add some more glue here. Let's see how it sits. Oh, pretty well. I think everything is straight, or at least straight enough. Let's see how well we can operate the support. Yeah. It's a very difficult part to attach. It goes on like that. So let's now take it with glue. See. Ah, god damn it. It was a complete failure. The glue set. I think because we covered the model with so much activator, and now the hole is completely shut. We have this giant blob here. God damn it. That was a disaster. I'm trying to remove some of the glue, but there's very little access to all of it. Let's try that again. It's not very pretty, but I think it will have to work. Next plane I'm doing is going to have to have the wheels closed. I'm not dealing with that again. That was a nightmare. And we still have the other one to do. See? This is the site of the glue disaster. And now we have also, oh yeah, I forgot about the middle panel, about this little part. It goes on like that. So this probably won't be as big of a deal. Let's hope. I think the plane is completely covered with the activator now, so every time I put a little bit of glue on the surface, it immediately dries. So that probably wasn't a good idea. Also, using the cyanoacrylate glue for it is probably not the best idea. I really ought to buy proper glue for the other plane. Here we have our middle panel, one of two. So this is the full assembly by one side. Now we need to do the other side the same way. I will also have to reset the stream. I know I said 3 hours, but we have only this one wheel to finish, since we won't be attaching the weaponry today to have access to everything while painting. So let's quickly reset the stream one last time. We'll finish it in few minutes, and we will be done for today. So give me a moment to reset the stream. We can continue. So the last thing to do is the other wheel. Let's hope it goes a little better than the previous one. Okay, that's one cut. And here's the second one. Here are our parts. What was the order we did it in? I think the panel on the outside was first, then the second one, and then the wheel. So let's do it the same way. Okay, the panel goes on top, like that. No problems here. Now the wheel. Let's add some glue. Okay, this will hold nicely. Now this goes into the hole like that. Let me make sure that the hole is actually big enough to accept this. Okay, let's see. It fits a little better. Okay. Okay, it seems to be straight. Let's see how the well, 3 points are advantageous to 4 points because 3 points are always create flat surface. So with 3 legs, we know that there is no leg that's too short. If we had the 4th leg, it would have to be on the perfect height. So three wheels instead of 4 is already advantageous, but let's see if the plane that the wheels are on is perpendicular to our wings, if the plane stands well, but also now we can check how much the weight, the nut we added actually works. So, moment of truth. Failure. Oh no. Doesn't stand. Oh no. The bombs will be attached to the front and they will weigh this plane just a little bit more, but oh no, that's so disappointing. Although the wheels are straight, it's not tilted left or right, so this is a small victory, but I was hoping the nut would be enough. Oh no, but it was what, 6 times too little weight, but I was still hoping. Oh no, okay, let's quickly finish the hardest part, the support. This little thing. Maybe actually, well, let's grab it first. I don't think it will make a lot of difference, but maybe it will go on a little better like that. there's no good access to it from any side. God damn it. Come out. Oh. That was close. If it would fall on the floor, I have carpet, I don't think we would be able to find it. I think it would be lost forever. God damn it. You know what? I think I will do it off Steam. Okay, so we are leaving the bombs for the next time. There are some additional parts that go on the top of the plane. I will do them off Steam as well. So I think this is a good moment to finish for today. We are basically finished with the plane. So for next time I will prime the plane. I will prime the whole plane black like he did with the cockpit. I think I might also put on the first layer of color, because I'm mostly going to paint this plane with spray paint and only do some touch-ups and some additional details with brush. So to not just show you the primed plane next time, I think I will prime it and put on the first coat, so we can actually start with the painting next time. I think next time will also won't take so long, so I don't think we will need this whole entire stream. Yeah, we will see how it goes the next time. I think the plane is coming along nicely. I think it shows the amount of work that I put in it. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. There definitely are some areas that I'm not very proud of and could be done better, but I still had fun doing it, and hope the overall result will be pretty good. So with that being said, again, sorry for the beginning of the stream being lost. I'll try to get it back somehow, but I'm not having high hopes for that. Thank you to everybody who joined today, even for a moment. I'm very glad that we were able to finish the assembly today, that we don't need to make another stream for it. Next time we will paint it and the Messerschmitt will be finished. So thank you once again. I hope you all have a great day, and I see you next time. Bye.